About 5 years ago, in a very cold, wintry day, Howard and I drove down Center Street, and we were identified that this property was possibly up for sale. And when we did that, we noticed a couple of key things that were going on back then. And we noticed that there were new trees being planted, and they looked pretty good. And we noticed that there were lights on the street, and that looked pretty good. And we got out of the car, we noticed that there was also bricks on the ground. And these bricks were a new paving program that you in Southington had contributed to and created a new downtown environment that looked really good. And we noticed a detail about the bricks which gave us a sense that there was a community here that cared a little more than just fixing up their town, because on the bricks, as you all know, there are families and members of the community that paid to donate those bricks to help raise the money to get that to happen. And that impressed us. And then we came down to this property and we saw what we had here, and it was 14 acres on 4 parcels of land, and we felt this is the kind of thing that we want to be able to do. Our mission in coming here is exactly what our business mission is about. Rescuing properties that are difficult industrial properties where at one time there was a railroad and a river and a manufacturing plant that landed in between them. And that's how our country grew up. And towns developed around that, and that's how this whole thing happened. And this goes back, as I've learned recently, over 200 years that Peck Stowe actually had a facility starting up here. These are the lead molds that were used to make all kinds of really cool stuff, from screwdrivers to pliers to hammers, all stainless steel stuff that we've used throughout our lives. Pipe fittings, which is what these are. And also, during World War II, they made what's called gun mounts. Peck Stowe had the contract to actually make the gun mounts for our ships that were going overseas. And this is where that happened. So this has a very rich history. And the reason that we wanted to call you here today is because we're in the position right now at this time to start to evolve this into a new use and make this property something that will still be a contributor to the community. This moment to acknowledge you guys, because you guys made this a real place for at least a generation. And I think that's really important to respect that and respect you guys coming down today. But stickers will be extra glue. But it's a start. Oh, yeah, that's smaller
It's a long time for me, 38 years. After a while, it became like almost like a home for me. And I knew the owners very well. It's very sad to see go. And also I'm kind of happy to see it going because I feel bad every time I go by it.
Yes, I worked there for over 30 years, and I was one of the original, what they call dissectors at that. Those were the models that you were looking at a little earlier. It's a trade that has sort of gone out now, replaced by CNC equipment. And it was wonderful working here at those years. You know, family with Jim Simone, Mike Simone, and Jimmy Jr. They were great to work for. I think we were here for over about 75 years.
Yeah.
And we were part of that growth. You know, very proud of it. Thank you.
Oh. There you go, snippet. But we're going to clean these rooms out because this would be where some of the museum would be. And I'm going to show you.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
Is that all the electrical panels?
It's a whole system part of the pump house.